ASG here with another how-to video for Total War Warhammer. Today we'll be continuing our best possible start for the vampire counts and moving on to turn 3. By the end of this turn, Tempelhof should be eliminated and you should start your preparations for the invasion of Schwarzhofen. But first I have to correct an error I made on my turn 2 video. Here's what I did wrong. Remember when I told you to occupy Tempelhof? After some testing, it turns out using sack on the city would have been the best option. It nets you close to 2,000 currency, and since your character was sieging the turn before and he didn't move, he's able to move directly back to the city and occupy it right after. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to turn 3. First you want to select the Vampire Lord you recruited from Castle Tempelhof on turn 2. We're going to be using him to take Fort Oberstyre, which now has a Tempelhof Lord at it. You're going to want to order the attack on Fort Oberstyre and not the Lord. When you attack the fort, the Lord will be pulled into combat and you'll be able to kill him easily. You don't want to attack the Lord directly because it'll trigger him to run away and cause you to chase after him. You definitely want to manually fight this battle. So a funny thing happens in this battle regarding reinforcements, and I'm not sure it'll happen every time, so don't count on it. But if it does, you're lucky. As you see here, I turn my camera to try to figure out where the Lord's going to come in at, and it turns out he's coming in alone at the corner of my map. If this happens to you, you pretty much already won the battle. The only thing that can change the tide of battle in these early games is the Lord. Now let's set up our formation. You want to place your zombies in the front and skeletons in the back. Then take your Lord and place him at the very front of your zombies. He should do most of your killing in this battle. Just move him back as things die so he doesn't get flanked. Keep them all in formation with Ctrl+G. This locks them into a group formation and allows you to move them around much easier. If reinforcements are coming from behind your lines, place your army ready to engage them. Try to surround the enemy Lord so he can't escape. When the battle starts, move your troops quickly to intercept the Lord. If you're fighting a Necromancer Lord, your Vampire Lord shouldn't have any problems killing it. Be careful if they're using a Vampire Lord though. Because the Vampire Lord can deal high damage and heal itself, if you're not microing your own Lord, it's very possible the other Vampire Lord can kill yours. And if your Lord dies, it's likely he'll solo the rest of your army as well. Just make sure you're using Invocation of Nehek to heal your Lord, and you should be fine. Now I'm going to fast forward the rest of this fight with the Necromancer Lord because it's not all that interesting to watch him get beat on for several minutes as we wait for him to run out of magic. This is the last Tempelhof Lord you're going to see in this game. After you have him surrounded, you might want to pull some units back just in case he manages to escape and you have to run him down again. Once he's gone, only Fort Oberstyre's garrison is left. Your Vampire Lord could probably wipe out the garrison alone if you wanted. So I'm going to fast forward to its conclusion so we can get on with the rest of the turn. There's not a whole lot more to worry about in this battle. Congratulations on wiping out Tempelhof's second to last base. After the battle, you want to select Occupy the Settlement. Next, spend your Vampire Lord's level on the blue The Restless Dead ability. It will be needed later on. Next, select the Vampire Lord in Eschen and go to Raise Dead. Raise whatever units are available. Now we're going to take the final settlement of Tempelhof. Select your legendary Lord at Castle Tempelhof and move him just outside of Waldenhof. This will allow us to use him as reinforcements when we actually do the battle. Then select your Vampire Lord at Eschen and decide whether or not you want to manually fight the battle or auto-resolve it. Looking at these odds right now, I choose to auto-resolve because the casualties will be so limited. If the odds are any closer to 50-50, you want to fight it manually and try to win on your own. This is one of the hardest settlements to take because of the upgraded defensive building they have there. Now that Waldenhof is yours, Tempelhof is wiped out. You now have the choice between subjugating them and occupying them. I suggest you occupy because Tempelhof seems to always betray you a few turns later if you try to subjugate. Not worth the risk in my opinion. Now it's time to level up your legendary Lord. If you're using Himmler, I suggest getting the Master of the Dead ability, which will give him a passive AoE heal in his immediate surrounding. Next, click on Castle Drakenhof and go to the Recruit Lord button. You're recruiting another Vampire Lord to your forces. He's going to help you take down Schwarzhofen later. While you have your Vampire Lord selected, go to the Recruit Units button and recruit 3 Skeleton Warriors. Next, select your Vampire Lord at Fort Oberstyre. You want to recruit 3 zombie units for his army. They're going to be essential in building up a high body count later on. Next, select the Vampire Lord who took Waldenhof and move him outside the settlement. If your legendary Lord can't reach the settlement, put him into march stance so he can. Then you want to move him into the settlement so he gets the unit replenishment buff. Once your legendary Lord is in the settlement, select the Vampire Lord you moved off the settlement and have him open the unit exchange with your legendary Lord. Transfer all of the Vampire Lord's units to your legendary Lord. Now, disband the Vampire Lord as an army. This will free up about 1,000 income. Alright guys, that concludes turn 3 for the best possible vampire count start. My name is WowASG. If you're enjoying these videos and want a different guide for maybe different races, like best possible start for greenskins or best possible start for dwarves, let me know in the comments. The vampire series is definitely going to be over by turn 5. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks everyone. Bye.